the child. If the child is abused by the parents, by the neighbors, by the school teachers, by the police, by the employers, then his or her self-esteem gets down. It reduces. Sometimes it comes down to zero. Let's experiment that. I have got some nails, iron nails. Okay. These are not only iron nails, these are all rusted nails. When we use abusive words to a child, you are a thief, you are a badmas, he is a bastard child, his father is a thief, his mother is a prostitute. Okay, and it's not possible by you. Just stand up on the bench, kneel down on the floor in front of the others. So when we abuse the child by our words or physically, then his self-esteem gets down. Okay. So I have a child with me. She's not a child, she's a teacher. Okay. Let her abuse this child. Okay. So she's Pooja. Let me introduce another Pooja with you. Come here. Come here. Come this side. Yeah. This is our Pooja. Okay. Can you see Pooja?
No,
Yeah.
Now she is visible. Yes.
So Pooja will now abuse this child. Okay. You just tell him a bad thing. Okay. You are a thief child. And you put this nail down. Now you can see, you can observe what the condition of light, what is happening with this light. Okay.
You are a thief child.
Yeah. Can you say something? No. Now you again abuse the child. Your father is also a thief.
Your father is also a thief.
Yeah. Can you see? Can you see a change? Yes. What is the change?
Dim light.
Dimmed?
Dim.
Yes.
Dim.
It's dim. It is reducing. Okay. Because every abusive word, every word that we use for a child, it affects his mental health. Okay. His self-esteem gets dimmed. I can talk about his mother. Your mother working as a prostitute, but you are coming to the school.
Your mother is working as a prostitute and you are here in school.
You try to abuse more. Okay. You just stand up on the bench in front of everyone.
Listen, stand up on the bench in front of everyone.
Can you see what is happening? Every abusive word you use, it affects the mind of the child and its self-esteem get reduces. Okay. And this is what we talk about emotional abuse or physical abuse. Okay. We abuse the child with words and physically. But once child is abused sexually, its self-esteem get into zero. So when you use this rod, can you see this rod? This is a bright iron. Okay. So you use this rod, put it inside. This is a child sexual abuse. We abuse the child sexually. Now you can see what happened to the child. It's totally gone. Maybe you can just see that the child is alive. Child is alive, his body is there, or her body is there, her mind is there, but his self-esteem is just zero. He's just alive like a dead body. No happiness. We have taken away all his happiness, all his cheerfulness, all his dreams. So nothing is there with him. Okay. So what we should be doing? Now we have got counselors, psychologists, and hypnotizers. How can we hypnotize a child to bring back his self-esteem, so that a child can laugh, a child can smile, a child can again start dreaming? Always, this is always the problem of psychologists. They say that yes, this is the time when the child needs counseling. Okay, Samarpita may not agree with me. This is the time when the counselor says, this is the time we must counsel the child. We must work with him. Okay, we must build his confidence. How will you build his confidence? He is dead from inside. His self-esteem is zero. If you just counsel, talk to him, what will you talk to him? Yeah, I am with you. Okay. Now nobody will harass you. Just tell me, how can I help you? Okay. Can I give you some food? Can I give you a doll to play? Can I teach you dance? What will you do with him? When it is self-esteem is zero, you really cannot bring it back with your counseling, because it is always related to the trust and faith. Trust on the society. Unless the child knows that the abuser is arrested and put into the jail, his confidence cannot come back, just cannot come back. Whatever you do with the child, take him to any places, give him a trox of dolls to play, just counsel him for ever and ever. It will affect his mind for a very long time. And because we have created a long time damage, sustainable damage, and his self-esteem cannot come back with the counseling. It can only come back when you try to bring its trust back to society. The child must know, yes, I am abused by this person, but the rest of the world are right. If Puja comes or Samarpita comes or whoever comes, Narayan is here from Childline, he comes and tells the child, yeah, see, I am with you, I will work with you till the time the abuser is punished in front of you. That is why we always work with the advocate, do advocacy with the government, advocacy with the legal institutions, judiciaries, that you must punish the abuser immediately. Giving capital punishment to a rapist will not solve any purpose. Give permanent punishment immediately. The child must know that the abuser is punished right now, in 3 days' time. In 24 hours' time, the abuser is arrested, and in 1 month time, he is in the jail and for 10 years imprisonment. That we must know. Then his confidence will come back. he can go to the jail and he will understand that yes, this person is a bad person, but the rest of the world is good. So when his trust comes back, when his confidence comes back to the society, then he can start signing. Now I put this person into the jail. I arrested him. I filed a FIR against this teacher. Okay, let's see what is happening. As I removed this, he started signing. But yet, he is not totally signed because we have been abusing the child everywhere, at home, in school, at police station. Even if a child is already sexually abused, we abuse the child again and again and again because we ask the child the same question by the mother, by the father, by the sister, by the police for 3 times, by the investigating officer, by the advocate, by the judge, and in the court. So several times he is abused the same question: how the rape was happened, what happened to you, and how the person abused you, and everything. The child was sexually abused once by a miscreant, but we abuse the child 100 times till she gets married, or even if after his or her marriage, we continue to ask the same question and abuse the child. That is how we affect the mind of a child when a child is abused. See, there are a lot of nails. We have to remove this. How to remove this? She has abused bad words. She has told the child bad words. The child is harassed. So she has to apologize to the child. Yes, I have done wrong. You are not a thief. You are a very good child. I was in mistake. Tell him. Tell him.
I'm sorry. You are good. I was wrong. You are a very good child. Your mother is not a prostitute. I got some misconceptions. I'm really sorry.
Then remove the nails. Remove the nails. Yeah, remove. Yeah, it is. There are some vibrations. That is why it's removing his hands. The vibration is always there with the child because we don't know when we abuse the child with bad words, abuse the child with negative feedback. So, how much and how he is suffering inside? What is the intensity of a pain inside the child? It is the intensity of a pain, intensity of a pain we can feel. Then the child realized that yes, my teacher told me this, but now she has realized her mistake and she has apologized me. So his trust again came back. Okay. This is how our behavior affects the child's mind. Okay. Let me share. Can you see? Yeah. How to do the full screen? Yeah, can you see this? Is it okay? Okay. Yes, one hand is there, but we'll let him wait till the end, but it's not. Oh, sorry. I'll start with a small story. Let us understand our children. Okay. Uh, Children are always happy. Sometimes this technology, creates a big problem. Hang on, it's coming there.
Sir, from particular slide ऊपर click कर लो.
Oh, okay. His name was Thomas. He was like me and all of you who was a little naughty in the school. Okay. Once his teacher tried to reprimand the child. He said, she was the headmistress. She said, you just take this letter and give your mother. Don't read it out. So the child went back to home with the letter. Okay. After coming back from the playground, he handed over the letter to the mother. He said, mother, please read it out. My headmistress has given it to you. And she said that don't open it. Your mother can only open this. What she has written? Mother started reading the letter. And she said, so I didn't know that my child is so brilliant. Is it? Has my teacher written this? I'm a brilliant child. Yes, you are a brilliant child. And their school is so small. They cannot really, they are unable to adjust you, adjust a brilliant child like you in their school. So the child said, okay, I'm a brilliant child. So where should I study? If I don't go to my school, he said, don't worry, I will teach you. Okay, then you start teaching. So the mother started teaching Thomas. Mother has studied to up to some classes. When the child reached to that class, then mother started studying herself, then started teaching the child. The mother started encouraging the child to make the things. We decorate our house with different photographs with gods and the goddesses. But she decorated her house with the products, the scientific models that the child produced during study in the racks on the day, and she wrote the date when the child produced that, created that things. Even if the child has drawn an art that was there at the wall, if he has invented something very new, then mother puts that. Whenever somebody came to see her house, she always saw that this is my child's product. Child was very happy and he started creating a lot of things. Now she has become a famous scientist. At that time, people all over the world he was known as a scientist, a great scientist. In the meantime, his mother was died. So Thomas was very sad. He wanted to gift all her personal belongings to the school where he was studying. So he started packing up all the belongings, and in a suitcase, he found that letter. He said, "Let me read." I was a naughty. I was creating troubles in my schools. Now I am a scientist. Who has made this? Probably this letter has made me a big scientist. So let me see what my teacher had written at that time. He started writing, and he was shocked to read what the teacher wrote. Oh, it was the letter of rustication from the school, as he was so naughty and troublesome. No teacher was able to control him. Think how a mother changed that person to be a scientist. Just a simple word. It changed that word rustication to a brilliant child. And the child became brilliant. That is how a soft word, a proper word, an appropriate word changes the entire, mental system of a child. It creates a positive chemical reaction in the mind. It affects the mind. If a mother tells that my child is a brilliant child, if a teacher says that my student is a brilliant student, you can see this person, probably this scientist. If we are now working on the light, it's because of him. He has lighted the entire world. He's Mr. Thomas Alva Edison was created this light and film, gramophone, bulb, movie, camera, carbon, microphone, many other inventions in this world. If he was not there, we would be in a darkness right now. And the great mother was a Nancy Edison. Let's again see how we change our children. I'm telling you another story. I don't know what categories of people are logging. So basically, I'm a teacher. I teach people on child rights and child protection issues and the laws relating to children. And my specialization is telling stories. So that is why I have planned some stories for you. Hope it will help you to understand better. Some years back, there was a king. Once in his darbar, he said his Samantas, find a Divya Shishu, a divine child. Is there any person who is having full of a divinity? He has not stolen anything. He's a very pure mind, nor even told, nor even has spoken any lie. He's a person with a divinity. He works, he thinks, he behaves like a divine. Then Samanta's present, they said, yes, king. Now bring him here. So then the commander brought a child. The child is always with divinity. He has never spoken any wrong things. So king was very happy. He said, you just take a photograph of this child and put the photograph of the child in my darbar. Every year, the king asked, and in that particular day, bring a child with divinity. So his darbar was full of children with divinity. So once the king thought, probably now there is no Satan in my kingdom, because there are a large number of children, and the children must have are growing, and all our people probably uh, they are all the persons with the divinity, and there is no Satan in our kingdom. So he asked the minister, is there any person, a Shaitan person in our kingdom? Minister, yes. Yes, sir. There is a person. There are many persons. Then bring a person to me. Then the next day, he brought a person, a Shaitan, to the darbar. The Shaitan was present. King was astonished. He thought that I was very wrong. I thought that probably all my people are the people with the dignity, but there are Shaitans. Okay. After a few minutes, the Shaitan started. He uh, he started crying. The tear came out of his eyes. So people said, people thought that probably Shaitan he is involved in many kinds of crimes. He has raped, he has stolen things, he has done, he is involved in robberies, he has killed the people. So probably he will be getting a big punishment, a huge punishment. So that is why he's crying. But he said, no, I'm not crying for that. So king asked him, why you are crying? He said, my lord, I'm not crying in fear of the punishment. I am crying, it's because 20 years back, I was present here with you as a child with a divinity, a divine child. And you have put my photograph here in your darbar. It's my photograph. After 20 years, I am present here as a Shaitan in front of you. Now you think how a divine child converted into a Shaitan. Who has made him? Isn't it we all of us? A child is abused. A child is neglected. A child is not given food. A child is living on the street. A child is living on the railway station. A child has to work 12 hours a day till 11 o'clock at night or 12 o'clock at night in a dhaba just for some money for his family. Child is sexually abused, even if by the family members. So it affects his brain, it affects his mind, and he thinks his belief is gone. His self-esteem is gone. So he converted himself as a Shaitan. He tried to commit crimes. He becomes a criminal. After certain times, he's a criminal. So probably I'm just killing time in these stories. I'll just go to just skip this story, the Madhavi story.
Sir,
And
slide
Slide move नहीं होता.
Slide
Sorry.
move नहीं हो रहा है इधर
No,
कहाँ हो रहा है?
no. Still, first slide is there on the screen.
Oh really?
Yes.
Oh, very bad.
No, but we enjoyed the story, sir. You're a very good storyteller. We can feel all the emotions even without looking at the pictures.
Yeah. Oh, it's not moving. Very bad. Then you cannot have seen this. Okay. That.
Now there is a slide. It says Sebati has no option but to borrow this. Yeah.
Oh, this is very bad. Okay.
No, sir, it was good. We enjoyed the story. We could feel all the emotions. It was narrated very well.
Okay.
Gone again.
Okay. Okay. I'll share it once again. Can you see this moving?
Yes, sir. Sebati has no option, but still that screen is. You just change the slide, we'll get an idea.
Can you
Yes,
see
yes,
the
yes.
next slide? Okay.
Madhvi was engaged as domestic servant. Now the slide is changed.
If I take 10 minutes more, is there any problem? Samarpita?
Nice, sir.
Okay, okay. Then I'll tell Madhavi's story.
Yes, sir.
So Madhavi is a 9 years old girl. Okay. So it's a small screen now. So when I make it a big screen, you can't see. So in the small screen, I'll present. She had her father is Sanatan, and Sanatan is was working as a daily laborer in a construction company, and mother also was working as a domestic servant. Once her PC means the sister of her father, Sevati, she came and she saw that her brother is now is hand to mouth, and it's very difficult for him to look after the family because in their place work is not available every day. Okay, so she proposed if I can take Sebati with me so that she can play with my daughter, and she will read there. She will study in our village school. Sanatan was very happy and sent the daughter with Sebati. And Soni was there. The piece is daughter. She is 16 years old. They took admission in one school. Sebati enrolled in class 3 and Soni is in class 10. After some times, Subhas came. This is another person. I have written in red their names. You must remember this because I have a question for that. So Subhas Subhas came with his family with a marriage proposal. He wanted to marry Soni because Soni was very beautiful. Sebati thought that yes, if Soni got married, I will be have no problem. So I will be little relaxed. So Sebati was agree with the marriage proposal, but the problem was 50,000 rupees dowry. He demanded 50,000 rupees. That money Sebati didn't have. So Sanatan said, okay, doesn't matter. I will arrange this money. I am working as a supervisor in a construction company, and the construction company owner, he wants a child for to look after his little baby. So if you send Madhavi to that my boss, then he can give you advance of 50,000 rupees, and in 2 years time you can you don't have to pay back this money. So Sabit was very happy. Then Soni was Madhavi was put into the work. So you know how a domestic servant is tortured, is exploited by the employer. So she was working around 12 hours a day and doing all household chores and looking after their babies, helping Lina. Lina was Sudhir's wife. Sudhir was the employer. So she was helping Lina in cooking and cleaning the house. But in any little deficiency of work, Lina used to beat the child. Brutally, she was beaten. She was beaten mostly every day. And when Lina was going to his father's house, Sudhir got opportunity and he sexually abused the child. Madhavi was working there at their home for constantly for 3 years. So now Madhavi is 12 years old. One day she was beaten brutally by Lina, and she got an opportunity to run away from the home. And somebody, a concerned person, found her crying on the road, and he called child line and handed over the child to child line. So Madhavi explained everything what happened with him, all the tortures, the road of a torture he went through, and then child filed a case in police station. Now there is a question. You have seen these 5 characters who are responsible for child's abuse: Lina, Sevati, Subhas, Sudhir, and Sanatan. I just want 2-3 answers. The question is, you have to blame all these 5 persons for Madhavi's abuse. You have to give, you have to rate these people from 1 to 5. If you blame, you have to give 1. If you blame the person, the least. You have to give 5 if you blame the person the most. And in between, you have to give 2, 3, and 4 to the person you blame accordingly. Can I get 1 or 2 answers? Because it is a webinar, it's very difficult to get answers from everyone. Who do you blame the most? Can anyone tell me? Can anyone tell me? You can unmute and tell me. I can't see faces, but if someone can tell me, I'll be really happy. Pooja, you can also tell me.
Sir, I feel most is Sebati because her brother trusted her, and just for
anyone else? Anyone else? Anyone from Adruta?
You can write your answers in the chat box also.
Okay. it is a proper exercise, and you need a proper platform to do this exercise. So maybe you can think, who do you blame the most? But the most important thing is, what should be the role of these people? Because when we see a child abuse case, every day we see a child abuse case, even if you are in a village, in a city, or if you are working in a child care institution or a child line, or anywhere we are connected to a child, or a police station, in school, in the family, we see that everyone has certain role to play to address the child abuse issue. So here there is also an exercise. What is the role of these people? So there is certain role that police has to play. Police has to take the child to hospital, or treat her first, then register a case, and conduct investigation, record her statement under section 161. Maybe she can be taken to the court for recording of her statement under section 164, and arrest the accused, okay, and produce the child before CWC to for her proper rehabilitation. Child line is there to do all kind of follow-up and help CWC, help police to do their work. So CWC is there if the child need shelter care, if the child need counseling, if the child need medical care, if the child need educational sponsorship, need help to get admission in the school, her parent needs counseling, her parent needs any kind of a help to rehabilitate the child. CWC is there, having all facilities with them, so they can provide to child to be properly rehabilitated. So DCPU is there, District Child Protection Unit is present everywhere in all the states of India. They have to execute the order of a CWC and ensure that the child is properly rehabilitated, the child is restored to her family, the family is entered into the family is included in the poverty alleviation schemes. The child is in the school, and she has received victim compensation. There is certain role also community has to play, because we all have to work to support the child to be properly rehabilitated in the family, and family is there to support the child all along, so that the child is counseled and resume her normal life. This is the figure of our human trafficking. I will come back to the stage where I will be explaining the nature of a child abuse in India. In trafficking, you will see the 56% of our children, they are working as in the labor sector, and 27% of them face child sexual exploitation and prostitution. India is a country having 1/5 of world's child population. Okay, 40% of India's population are below the age of 18 years. That means it's a huge child populated country. In this country, every year 1,35,000 children are believed to be trafficked in India every single year. Seven kids go missing every hour. Every hour, 7 kids go missing. And child trafficking is a major chunk of issue, not only in India, but also in the world. This is the world scenario of ILO. 5.5 million children are believed are trafficked around the world every year. And Odisha is also not behind this scenario. In 2019, 50,503 stood untraced in Odisha. You can imagine where they have gone. In every single day, 39,000 children, they get married. They are below 18 years. 39,000 children get married. 12 million children in India are engaged in child labor force. Many kinds of child labor force, and once they are engaged in child labor force, they encounter all kinds of child abuse, be it physical abuse, emotional abuse. They work 12 hours or longer hours a day, and also sexual abuse and social abuse. This is the fate of our children living on the street. Many children live under the hume pipes, on the street, on the roadside, without any clothes. They are all rag pickers, or they are engaged in some kind of a petty jobs. This is the figure of a government of Odisha, government of India in 2007 study. 2007 study, 53% of our children are sexually abused. That means every second child is sexually abused, be it a boy, be it a girl. This is the time we have to prevent child abuse wherever we are. If we are in child protection projects, we are working, we know our roles. If we are a teacher, we also have to know our role. If we are a police officer, we know our role. If you are a family person, we also know our role, how to prevent child abuse around us. So I will not discuss about child rights because this will take time. But there are facilities like Child Welfare Committee, who has got all kinds of facilities. Like they have got open shelter. At any point of time, a child can go to the open shelter. They have got a children's home. The children can stay. If the child doesn't have a parents, if the child is missing, if the child is living if a child is abused and needs short-term shelter care, if a child is on the street, there can be provided children's home facilities. They can be adopted. They can be given on foster care. Every child has a right to family, so they can be given a foster care. They can be given adoption facilities. They can be sent back to the families. They can be counseled. Their parents can be counseled. They can be given aftercare facilities, family restoration, and many other facilities. Whatever the child needs, medical facilities and many other facilities by CWC. And child abuse is a criminal offense. If somebody discloses the name, identity of a child, if intervention is going on, then he can be punished with which can be not less than 5. Sorry, this is a little mistake in this. 64 is up to 1 year. It's not 5 years. Okay, this is a mistake. Section 76 of a Juvenile Justice Act also says that if you employ the child into begging, you will be imprisoned for 5 years and you are liable to fine. So Section 78 of the Juvenile Justice Act also says that if you use the child into drug peddling, vending, peddling, or carrying, or supplying, smuggling, intoxicating, or liquor or narcotic drugs, you'll be punished with 7 years of imprisonment and 1 lakh rupees fine. And if you use the child as a domestic worker, it's called exploitation of a child employees, you will be punished with 5 years of imprisonment with 1 lakh fine. And if you sell or procure a child, you will be fined with 1 lakh rupees and in the jail for 5 years. So there are, for every single action of child abuse, you will be punished. So this is too much. This is too much. This bahut hoye gala in Odia. This is too much. Now we have to work. Let us join hands to prevent child abuse. We all want a better society tomorrow. Let us stop child abuse at home, in the community, in the school, because 63% of our children are brutally abused at home. Let us raise voice against child abuse in school. No school teacher is allowed to abuse a child, either physically, emotionally, or sexually. She will be punished. Let us make our police station a child friendly, so that a child can happily go to police station and file the complaint. Let us create a safe school. Let our panchayat be a child safety panchayat, child protected panchayat. Okay. So there are sarpanch, there are panchayat leaders who can prevent child abuse, child labor, child exploitation in the villages. Let us join hands to stop child marriage and to say yes to the school. In every panchayat, in every meetings, everywhere we go, let us talk about child abuse first. Just talk, talk, and talk. Just don't limit it with this webinar. Talk wherever you go. You go to the market, you go to the school, you go to the police station, go to a meeting, just talk about child abuse. There are many people are there to help a child if he is abused. There are child line who can take action within a minute. You call 1098 and child line is present almost all districts of India. In Odisha, it is present in all 30 districts. You can call police in 112. Child line number is 1098. It's as easy as 1098. You can also call the police in 112. You can take the help of a track the child. You can take the help of a women and child desk. You can take the help of child welfare committees and district child protection units. There are many people are present in your district headquarters, everywhere. You can just call, they will reach you in no time. And thank you and namaskar. Now the floor is open for question.
I just wanted to ask. Those who want to ask any questions, they can raise their hands And sir, there is one question in the chat box. It says, what can we do to overcome this child abuse? How we can help?
I want this question to the forum. This is a big issue, big question of every Indian, every government, every Panchayat Raj institutions, every child rights activist. What we should be doing? I told you that you raise your voice. You go to a hotel, see a child is working, raise your voice. Call the police. Call Childline immediately. You have seen a child is begging on the street, call Childline, call police 118. That is your role. If we all play our role the way we should be playing, there will be no child abuse. If we don't play our role properly and we blame others, then child rights will continue to be violated. Yes, Narayan ji.
सर नमस्ते नारायण शुक्ला कटक चैलेंज कोऑर्डिनेटर कहथिले
Yes.
सर एटा कथा बुझे पे चाहूची आ मो तरीका पाउनी सेटा आपण मान थारो जाने पे चाहूची.
Yes.
मिनिमम 100 फैमिली रु 50 टा फैमिली ले पिला माने मेंटली आ फिजिकली सेक्सुअली हरासमेंट होउछन.
Right.
जहा पर कि से माने विभिन्न प्रकार निशा द्रव्य खाइबा सहित शॉपिंग भी करि आउछन. जेतो फैमिली भीतर से सपोर्ट ता पाउ नांती, दादा हो अंकल हो कि अजा हो कि जहा द्वारा से माने अब्यूज होउछन, से जो वॉइस ता रेस करूछन ता कथा कि सुनु नांती. जहा फल रे से अलगा पंथा देखुची, जेतु परिवार भीतर से रही परनी, स्कूल रे भी तार ये होउची, तेनु से को विभिन्न प्रकार निशा खाउची कि एलोपेड हिया तार बॉयफ्रेंड से पळौची. ए केस रे बहुत गुडे केस रे हमें इंटरवेंशन भी करि पारुन, प्रेशराइज होउची. एडवोकेट घर हला कि ओटा पुलिस घर हला, से हम पाखु इन्फॉर्मेशन कोनोसी जरिया रे आसुची, हमें इंटरवेंशन करिया पे चाहूचु, से जगह रे हम ठीक से इंटरवेंशन करि पारु ना. इंटरवेंशन करिया पूर्व हमर हाथ बंद हो जाउची, हमको बंद करा जाउची, जे से जगह जाई
क्वेश्चन ता कोन कोन.
तो ए सब केस रे हमें केमिति इंटरवेंशन करि परिबु आ से पिला मानको बेनिफिट दे परिबु.
Okay, this is also a $100 question. So it's also a very big question. See, have you seen Three Idiots? The film Three Idiots. So there are a lot of answers there. When a lady is pregnant, not only the mother, but also the father, all in-laws, all family members, they think, when this baby will take birth, where he will be schooling, where he will be doing his studying his medical, where he will get posted, and how he will get married. This is, we all decide for a child. We don't think that a child also has a mind to take a decision. Okay. And we know that we couldn't do anything, but we want to impose that since we have not, we couldn't do it, you should be doing it. I tried to be a doctor, but I am failed. So my child has to be a doctor. So we pressurized. When we start pressurizing, this was also happened with in my life. Okay, because I sometimes I was indirectly pressurizing my child, my son, to be a medical student. Once what happened that he said that see, I'm not able to read this book. I'm not able to. I just cannot sit a minute and study. So there is something is going on in my mind, and I cannot do anything. So I consulted a very reputed scientist, UN Das. Okay. So he was at one point of time, he was a professor in Utkal University, but he also was working as a professor in many national universities as psychology professor. So I had a good contact with him and I called him. I said, sir, this is what is happening with my son, and suggest me what we should be doing. So he said, okay, let me talk to your son. He talked to my son for half an hour. Okay, then came back. He said, give the phone to your father. So I asked him, sir, what should I do? Now, Mr. Senapati, problem does not lie with your son. All problem lies with you. I said, sir, what? You are responsible for his psychological problem. You are you are pressurizing him indirectly to do this. You wanted him to be a doctor, and uh, he's trying his best. He's trying his best, but he has only option that he will be a doctor. There's no option lies with him. So when he thinks that yeah, I may fail in the NEET exam, so his problem starts. And you counsel people, but you are into the trouble. Sometimes I say, Samarpita, that counselors are in a conflict zone. They unknowingly push themselves into a conflict zone. Okay, so I also did the same thing. Okay,
So that
then I
means
understood
parents
what-
also need counseling.
Yes,
Sir.
yes.
Senapati
So-
sir, can you please stop sharing your screen so that we can see you on the full screen?
Okay, that's good. Stop, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. And sir, after whatever you were explaining, one participant, she wants to know what is the helpline number for begging child. Those who are in
This is
begging.
all 1098. 1098, you remember 1098 and 112.
Right. Sir.
You call in any of these two numbers and you will get the help. Immediately you will get the help.
Right.
So let me finish my story. So
Yes,
what I did, I called my son. I said, I didn't say that what my counselor spoke to me. I said, see, what I have decided that. So we will be filling the form for all these educations. We will fill form for engineering, for agriculture, and for pure science. There is a Niger, and also medical. Wherever you find, you can go. Then he said, Father, how it is possible? How can we change? So I thought, I said, see, there is also a lot of pressure on a child if he becomes a doctor, because he cannot eat properly, he cannot sleep properly. These are the issues. And if you get an engineering job, I also have no problem. You can get engineering job and you will get a lucrative job. And if you go for agriculture, you can also be happy because you can be an agricultural scientist. You know, the next day he started studying and he cracked NEET examination. He cracked NEET examination and he is now a doctor. Okay, he is now 5th year of medical science studying in MKCG college. Okay, so problems many a times, problem is always or many a times with the parents, not with the child. And we pressurize the child, whatever he has, whatever intelligence he has, that is gone. His self-esteem is gone. His independence is gone. His rights is all violated. And he pushes himself into a life of a crime and a wrong things. He does wrong things. Then child line comes. Okay, and child line has to play its role. And we know it's always difficult to say anyone you are wrong. You go to a rescue operation to a hotel, you find a child of a 13 years old child working. The employer will tell you, will give you a big tuition that can you support his family? Can you help his father because he has no money to eat? So how can you take the child? So everyone has their concern. Actually, they are not the people who are really thinking for the children, but they have got their own arguments. Okay, and there is also support system is also a little loose. Naran Babu knows it very well. You go and reach to a point where child marriage is taken place, police will reach after 2 hours. You will see in front of you child marriage will be conducted and they are pushed away. And he and we all are doing the same job and we know how people help us. But with all these difficulties, we have to work. Because we are given a responsibility to work and we have chosen that responsibility. Okay, so we are happy that we have chosen a very big responsibility of the society, and we are happy that even if we are not able to rescue all the children who are suffering, we are able to rescue 10% or 20% of the children who are suffering, and we see and we are reported. That we should be feeling happy. Thank you, Naran Babu. Next question.
So there is one question: how to minimize the effect of childhood abuse?
It is the duty of the parents to think about this. And reporting is a major concern now. Now you can see in media, in electronics and press media, that a lot of child abuse cases are reported. But we need more and more reporting. If we all report, if we go to a hotel and see a child is working as a labor, we report to Childline immediately and the Childline rescue the child. We feel very happy that at least one child is rescued. If you go to, if you are while going in the by a bus, we see a child is begging, we report to Childline or we report to police in 112 or 1098, and the child is rescued and restored to the family, or is provided with the education sponsorship. At least we will be feeling happy that at least one child is rescued. Okay, unless we all take the step, we all are alert, no child will be rescued from the abuse. We all are responsible, and let us take the responsibility. Let us feel bad, let us feel compassionate that when a child is working, when a child is abused in somebody's house, when a child is not going to school, we should feel concerned, because we are the citizens of this country and we have every duty. This is our duty as a citizen of this country, to ensure that no child in front of me is working, is abused, or is getting married, or is not going to school. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, sir. Thank you.
Any more question?
I think there are no more questions. Let me see.
मेरी एक question है.
Yeah. As a child, how should we express our thoughts and opinions to our parents who are pressurizing us in their own ways? Like, everybody is not blessed with good friends like you.
Just read this question 1 second, please.
How, as a child, how can we express to our thoughts and opinions to our parents who are pressurizing us? अपने माता पिता को कैसे बताएं कि
So probably this is written by a child. The question seems like that. But thank you that he is thank you the person who has raised this issue. you have to be very clear in your approach. You understand the child rights. You understand what is going on with you, and you be confident with and take your mother into your confidence and tell. Suppose you are abused by somebody, because many a time the children get abused by the family members or the relatives, and they uh, are not able to express this to other people. But you have to talk to your parents or whoever you trust the most. It may be your didi, maybe your mother, maybe your school teacher. You have to talk, and you talk and talk. Try to convince the person till the person is convinced, fully convinced, and have taken action. Because sometimes, many times, we get report that the father is abusing the child, and the mother listens, but she doesn't listen. Okay, doesn't take any action. That, oh, this is your father, so it may be a misconception. It may be he was just playing with you, but it's not. It's not. You have to make your mother convinced that what my father is doing is just 2 days back, a mother came to Childline, and she said that my child reports is a 7-year-old girl reports that his father, her father is sexually abusing her, and the child has reported this to mother for more than 10 times, but mother didn't listen. Eventually, the child was very confident, and she said, "You come and see how my father is doing." And once she saw the father is abusing the child, and then she started action, and now the person is arrested and in jail. So we intervened immediately, and the father was arrested. So you have to continue, try to help, try to get help till you get help. Don't stop in between. Thank you.
Sir, can we take one more question? Last question.
Yes. Yes.
This once I met a group of girl child, they are begging. I asked, who asked you to do this work? They said, our parents. Like the question says, that when parents are asking children for begging, in that case, can we take help from the helpline?
Definitely, we can take the help of the helpline, child helpline, because there is a law under section 76 of the Juvenile Justice Act. Any person, he may be, there may be your parents, maybe somebody else. If they engage a child into the begging and takes away the money, can be punished with 5 years of imprisonment and 1 lakh rupees fine. So it is a criminal offense, and you can definitely take the support of a police, take the support of a child line, and report them immediately.
Thank you, sir.
Anything?
I hope all the queries, all the participants have got all the queries. Thanks a lot, sir. There are messages stating thank you. And we are so very grateful for the time and effort you took to share your thoughts and experience with us. Your years of research, your depth understanding of the topic, and your ability to present the subject in such an effective way produced one of the most memorable evening in our group's history. Thank you so much for the informative presentation, sir.
Thank you.
And thanks to Pooja ma'am, and thanks to all the participants. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
There are messages. Please come again, sir.
Okay. If you are confident, will call me, then I will go. Maybe for a counseling session, we can again meet.
It will be an honor and pleasure for us, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, there are a lot of chats. Okay, thank you. Please come again. Oh, there are a lot of chats. Okay, okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You are confident to give me opportunity to talk to the people.
It was our
talk to
pleasure,
the
sir.
many, child rights activists I could see. So, and I'm happy to be speaking to them, spending some time with them at this evening. I'm also very happy to be part of your confidence. Thank you, Samarpita. Thank you, Pooja.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sister Samarpita, can we end the meeting now?
Anything else you want to say, Samarpita? No.
I
Okay.
just want to say thanks, sir, and hope to see you soon. Thank
Okay.
you.
Child and Kotak raise hands. कौन है ला नारायण बाबू?
सर बहुत दिन परे आपनकर माने ये हला सेक्शन टा बहुत भलो हला आ सबथरो बड़ खुशी रे जिनिस हला हमर सीसी रे जो पिला माने थिले समस्त आपन सेक्शन की सुनुथिले नो
अच्छा,
समस्ते कहिले जे सार जे ओडिया रे कहि थाने हमें टिके आउ टिके भलो बुझी थांतु आ सार उनके रिक्वेस्ट करो हम तरफरु आउटे सेक्शन सार नियम
You organize a session for your people. I will take the session in Odia.
थैंक यू सर
Okay.
पिला
So
माने
you organize it. Sure, we'll do.
थैंक यू सर
Okay. Bye.